Pinch, 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 like a crab. A pinch, 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 pinch. Oh, I feel like Cinderella. It's bleeding, it's feathering, it's in my eyes. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. Oh my goodness, you already know what time it is because I got my fun kindergarten teacher earrings on. You know that means I'm gonna teach you something, but first, we must make small talk. How are you guys? How are you enjoying your summer so far? I've been enjoying mine thoroughly. I got to go to the beach. I already got a really bad sunburn. Wear your sunscreen, kids. I did. I just didn't reapply as much as I should have, but I got to go to the beach already this summer. I got to visit family. As you're watching this video right now, I'm not even in New York. Oh my gosh, I'm in New York right now, but like at the time that you're watching this, I'm not in New York because you're watching this in the future and I'm making this in the past, but that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to find out how I am in the past and you are in the future and our timelines are intertwining with each other. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in using cream gel liner for graphic liner. So this is a question I've been getting since I started making graphic liner videos on my channel. People are always asking me, can you use cream gel liner as graphic liner? Because I usually work with water activated liners. They're also called cake liners, but you know, the method where you add water and then you swirl it around and you apply it that way, that's always been my favorite method, but I've never tried cream gel liners before. But a couple weeks ago, I did a little Shop Miss A haul and I got a bunch of their Buttercream liners, which are cream gel liners. So I'm gonna be testing these out for you today and letting you know if they work as graphic liner. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to see me find out if cream gel liner can work as graphic liner, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching 'cause it's coming at you right now. Alrighty, let's zoom you in so you can really get up close and personal and see my eyes here. So the first shade I want to start with is a matte. This is one of their neon mattes from Shop Miss A in their Buttercream liners. This is the only one I've tried before. I wore it on my waterline and it worked really, really nice on my waterline. So I also have a little angled liner brush from Shop Miss A. This video was not sponsored by Shop Miss A. This is just what I happen to have around. And I really, really liked their eyeliner brush. It's like really stiff, which I feel like is going to be helpful with both this product and doing the graphic liner. So let's just get to testing it. I'm gonna do a pretty basic graphic liner shape today because I think that'll be the best way to put this to the test and give it the fairest chance. So I'm just really moving my brush around in here. I wanna try to get product on both sides so that the brush is as sharp as possible. All right, so now the moment you've all been waiting for, let's attempt a little graphic liner. So quick tutorial for you. The way I like to do a basic graphic liner shape is I like to start at where my eyebrow starts and then pop it down a little bit. And I'm gonna be sure to go over the crease of my eye because I have hooded eyes and if I go into my crease right here, it'll disappear when I look forward. No, I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to just pop it down from the brow and then I'm gonna go right over the crease and I'm gonna flip it out a little bit and hopefully this works. So let's give it a try here. Okay, that's working. I think I'm gonna have to layer it a little bit maybe, but it's definitely working. That glided on really smoothly actually. So now I'm going to meet it halfway from the other side. Definitely a thicker line than I always go to, but I think that has to do with the brush. I did try swirling one of my water activated liner brushes, like my teeny tiny thin brushes in this the other day, and it wasn't really picking up product, so that's why I figured I would go with a stiffer brush to give it a better chance. But I noticed it was a thinner line at the beginning, so I'm gonna do what I did where I move the brush on both sides and try to get product not only on the tip of the brush, but on the sides too, because I feel like that makes it sharper. That's usually what I do when I work with eyeshadow with an angled brush like this, and then I'm gonna press the tip of the brush together to try to make it as sharp as possible because the sharper the line, the crisper the line, and I love crisp lines when it comes to graphic liner. Okay, let me see if I can go over that again. Okay, yeah, this is definitely a thicker line than I intended to go for, but I do still think it looks nice. It's definitely building up some opacity. I don't know why, I thought I was gonna have more of an eyeshadow finish where it was like really, really subtle, but this is definitely as opaque as a water activated liner. It just needed to be layered a little bit and it goes on a little thicker. But again, the thickness is all due to the brush, but I just feel like this is the only brush that was working with this, so I just have to be good about continuously pressing it together to try to make it thinner. Let's see if I can't make the line any thinner on the other side now that I've tried it out once. So I'm gonna go in on the other side. I made sure to get product on both sides of the brush here, and I'm going to press it together. I had an easier time getting it to be thin at like the beginning of my brow. Once I got over here, it started to thicken out a little bit, so maybe I need to take a pause after the first portion. Okay, going over to the brow, popping down above the crease. Yeah, see, that's a nice thin and crisp line. Okay, I'm gonna pause, get some more product, and then press again. Press, 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 press. Now let's keep going. Okay, pausing, pausing, pausing. Press, press, press. Okay, now I'm gonna bring it in from the end here. Okay, yeah, I definitely got my line a lot thinner on the other side, as you can see, although the color doesn't pack as much of a punch, so I'm interested to see if I can keep it thin as I layer over this, but let's see. Okay, pressing my brush again. Let's see if we can layer this up to make it more opaque. Okay, it got thicker. It's hard to layer it up without having it get any thicker because you're trying to build up the color, so you're really like pushing in there to get the color down. It's not like obscenely thick, like I can even it out to make it match this eye, which will probably be the best look anyway, so that at least they match, but it's not like super, super thick. Just thicker than you would normally get with a graphic liner brush or a nail art brush. You know what, let's see if I can thin it out with a Q-tip at all. I'm interested as to how like foolproof this formula is, because usually with my water activated liners, I can just take a Q-tip and clean things up with a little bit of water or a little bit of, you know, just spit. It's so gross, I know, but it's easy. You could just do it that way. So let's see if I can't thin it out a little bit with this Q-tip. Okay, yeah, it's definitely lifting some up. I was able to thin that out pretty easily with a Q-tip. Okay, I thought this was gonna be a little more like staying, like I thought it would be harder to lift up. That makes me question the longevity of this product, but I'll definitely be sure to update you with how it wore throughout the day. But yeah, that was pretty easy to thin it out with a Q-tip. Cool. All right, so now I'm going to connect my graphic liner shape. I have just kind of a floating line right now, which I think is still a really fun graphic liner shape. If you ever just wanna go with like your floating line, throw on some mascara, maybe even a little false lash. I think that looks really cute. I really like the look of just this line, but of course I'm gonna do too much and I'm going to draw a line here, connecting it. So let's see how it works with a more soft part of my eye. This is definitely the more mushy part of my eye, whereas this is more like hard, like a little more, you know, a little sturdier, I should say. So let's see how it glides over here. Okay, it doesn't glide quite as smoothly. It is still gliding, but I'm having to like take it a little bit at a time here. I am not someone who likes to drag my eye out, like to pull on it so that it's easier to draw on, because that can create premature wrinkles and I don't want to do that. And also it just doesn't feel good. So I like to just take my time and go over it. Alright, yeah, okay, it definitely didn't glide quite as smoothly like I was telling you before on that part of my skin, but it did still glide. It just took a little bit of like pausing in the middle. I couldn't get my one crisp line like I'm able to do with my water activated liner, but with a little bit of patience, it definitely works. Okay, so now the only thing left to do to finish off this graphic liner look, for me, you could definitely leave it like this too, throw on a lash, and I think it still looks very fun, but I do want to throw some liner just on my lash line to connect the whole thing together. So let's see how it applies on the actual lid, because that's definitely like one of the softer areas of skin for sure. So pinching it together, that's been my best technique here. Kind of like how when I made my how to do graphic liner with eyeshadow video, I did the same thing with lash glue. When I was working with eyeshadow, I put lash glue on the brush, pinched it together, let it harden, and then used that to pick up my eyeshadow and get nice thin crisp lines. I guess I could maybe do the lash glue with this too. I'm just not sure it would pick up the product or if it would mess up the glue, but the pinching method works very good as well. So now let's go into my lash line. Okay, this is working pretty well, pretty smooth. I'm definitely gonna have to go in a few different times, but that's okay. Ooh, it's really nice for getting into the inner corner. Usually with my water activated liners, it just bleeds right into my eye since like there's water in my eye. So this is a nice change of pace. I'm able to get right in there. Wow, that looks really nice. That just tied it all together for me. Oh, okay, this is looking cute now. Things are starting to come together. Okay, let me do the same thing on the other eye real quick. Alrighty, so now for our final test to see if this cream gel liner can truly stand up to my graphic liner needs, I am going to do a little inner corner line. I like to do that in a lot of my looks where I slightly drag out the liner and then bring it back in, kind of to mirror the same shape that I do out here, but just on a smaller form. I hope that makes sense. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just gonna drag it down a little bit further here and then bring it back up, just following the natural shape of my eye, not trying to change my eye shape at all, just trying to frame my eye shape, if you will. Let me zoom you in even further. Let's get real up close and personal. Okay, so I've already pinched my brush. Pinching the brush, the best thing you can do with cream gel liner. And just dragging it down a little bit, okay, and it's going on pretty smoothly. Pinch, 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 like a crab. A pinch, 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 pinch. Ooh, okay, that went really nicely into my inner corner. Okay, and I could even put some on the waterline too to make it look super connected. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, I love how that tied the whole look together. Oh, I feel like Cinderella, the Cinderella of graphic liner. This is such a Cinderella color. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Okay, let me do the other eye real quick, then put on some mascara, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on cream gel liner as graphic liner. All right, you guys, here you have it. Here's my finished graphic liner using cream gel liner look. I think it turned out so cute. I love how connected it is at the bottom here, and this was more easy than I thought it was gonna be. I don't want to say it was like easy breezy beautiful cover girl by any means, but it definitely was easier than I thought it was gonna be. Let me zoom you out a little bit so we're not so close. I thought there was gonna be a lot more like tugging, like I thought it would be a more skippy, you know. I didn't think I'd be able to get such smooth lines. I know I had to do a little working with it and I did a little Q-tip cleanup on the top there, but I definitely was way smoother than I anticipated it being. Now, is it as smooth as water activated liner? No, of course not. Definitely not. But I do think it works for graphic liner, and I can see the benefits of using it for graphic liner because, like I said, usually when I get that far into my inner corner with water activated liner, it's bleeding, it's feathering, it's in my eyes, I'm blinking, I'm with a Q-tip in there trying to clean it up. So using this on the inner corner is like brilliant, so good, and it definitely makes me want to buy more cream gel liners to do more colors. I know I said I had 3 colors and I only ended up using the 1. That's just because I don't really know how they would go together, if I'm being honest. I have like this dark green and then I have a sparkly purple, but it's like not an opaque purple. It's from Shop Miss A, so it was only $1. I'm not upset. So honestly, I just didn't really want to ruin the look and I liked the way it looked with the neon, so I'm sticking with the neon for now. If you guys have any cream gel liner brands you're really passionate about, feel free to drop them in my comments because I would love to check them out for you. Oh, and now that I've tried this cream gel liner with a very basic graphic liner shape, I'll be sure to do more intricate shapes in the future. I'll be sure to test it out with some rounded shapes for you, see how well this formula does on a curved line. I'll be sure to do some more intricate designs for you. I can't imagine this would work super well with like tiny details like drawing hearts and stars and things, but I'll be sure to try that out for you. So let me know if you want to see different styles of graphic liner with cream gel liner. If you have any requests, I would love to hear those, but I think this absolutely works. I also really loved the brush I used from Shop Miss A. My greatest tip for you is to pinch the tip of your brush. That was absolutely how I got the smoothest lines. When I went in without pinching it, it was a lot harder. You saw when I did my first line on this eye before I cleaned it up, it got really thick, so be sure to keep pinching as you go. I also found the most success when I would take tiny pauses between my lines to pinch the brush, because the more you drag it, you know, that's just the nature of a brush. When I first start dragging, it's gonna be really thin, but the more you go, it's gonna get thicker and it's gonna fray out. So taking little breaks to pinch the brush. I know it's a little extra hassle from my water activated liner, but it really didn't add that much time to my routine. It probably added like an additional 3 minutes to each eye that I would normally spend, which with how long I spent on graphic liner, that's not all that much in the grand scheme of things. So I would say that yes, you can use cream gel liner as graphic liner, and it looks cute, clearly from the look I created. So I thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for asking me to do this and for recommending that I try cream gel liners. I really had a good time with them. And if you want to see more graphic liner videos from me, please give this video a big thumbs up. I will also link all of my pre-existing graphic liner videos down below. I have so many graphic liner tutorials. I have graphic liner shapes for hooded eyes. I have graphic liner using eyeshadow tutorials. I have beginner graphic liner tutorials. I have so many graphic liner tutorials. I also have blue fingers from my blue eyeliner, but I will link all those down below for you, so be sure to check those out. And also check out my description box for all of the makeup on my face today, as well as a bunch of Black Lives Matter resources to support the Asian American community, and resources to support the LGBTQ+ community. Please click on those links if you haven't yet. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next graphic liner video. Bye! Blue fingers, bye!